like you're losing track. I know your heart bleeds. Don't lose your mind. Just let it be, let it be. Know you're dying inside. I know it gets harder. Days get longer. But close your eyes. It's gonna be alright. I know it gets harder. Days get longer. But close your eyes. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We are here tonight with some Collegiate Halo. Boise State is going to be taking on Stephen F. Austin. I am your host, Brenner Bearlad, and joined with me to call all of the action is Hayden Vigard Dalton. And with the first map being Recharge, it's kind of a welcome change to what we've normally seen. So walk us through what you're hoping to see here on Recharge tonight.
Yeah, Recharge is an interesting one. There's a lot of verticality to it compared to a lot of the maps. Especially, we've seen Streets like a million times in these series. Like, it's definitely a favored map by Boise State, and they do a very good job on it. But it's nice to see, a different change of scenery here every once in a while. Yeah,
very much like the Kings Row of Overwatch. Streets is just that go-to map for everyone that they know and love, and so with a welcome change of Recharge, it's definitely something to look forward to. And we did get a sneak peek of what the event card is going to look like for tonight, because it is just Collegiate Halo. So let's go ahead and throw that over, because I believe it is going to be a best of 5 in a 4v4 tonight, with each map. Each team took a ban for the map, and whoever loses will get to pick the next mode and map. So what are you hoping to see tonight?
One thing we've seen with Boise State is a lot of very one-sided maps. So I'm kind of hoping we, not to root against Boise State, but a little more even games, a little closer games. Like, it's just kind of nice to see, like, teams of equal skill and, like, what they have to break out as, like, new strategies or stuff they've planned before, and see how they can kind of stay one step ahead.
Yeah, well, staying one step ahead is going to be one of these main things these players need, and one thing that we can give them even more help on is through Doc's Keys to the Game in Halo. And in Halo, what does that mean? It's to take control of that high ground, which we all learned from Star Wars, of course, and to rotate to the power items, team, target, and, of course, Sweaty Calms, Doc's signature thing that we even put on a shirt. And those keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, who is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you to begin your competitive gaming journey. Make sure to sign up at dropingaming.com. Well, we are getting ready to jump into our first match of Boise State's taking on Stephen F. Austin. A mouthful of a team name to say.
Yeah, I know. I kind of had to do like a double take when I heard that name, but
it's definitely an interesting. But at some point, we'll probably just call him SFA.
Yeah,
it's just easier, or just the Stevens.
The Stevens.
Stevens.
Look at the Stevens go.
We're not talking about the Steven Universe, I swear. They're just the Stevens.
Well, with a name like that, you're definitely going to remember it, though.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely going to be a memorable matchup as we take a look at what Recharge is really going to be looking forward to. So walk us through this map, and what are some of the key highlights of this map?
Well, as you see, like right here, that little platform on the left, that always has, I believe, in competitive, it's always the energy sword, which is just, very highly contested. It's one of those items that can really change a fight. Not the most useful on Slayer, because everyone has battle rifles and can kind of keep the long angles, but on a mode like Oddball, where like you can put the Oddball in a close confined area, and then you have the sword to challenge people, it's a little scarier. Compared to Slayer. And then obviously the Manglers, like you see everyone use the Manglers, like they have the 2-tap, and then you bind your drop key and throw it, and you can pull out your battle rifle faster and have one of the fastest time to kills in the game, I believe.
It's all about the min-maxing.
Yes. Got to get those very sweaty strategies out.
Save the frames of transitioning rather than just traditional swapping. But we are getting ready to drop into our first match of Boise State taking on SFA. And already jumping right into it with an elimination right off the bat from Reality and a huge trades across the board. But it seems Boise State's going to come out of it on top, only losing the one member.
Yeah, and it looks like we are on Oddball, actually. So, yeah, seeing as if people pick up the sword here and, like, you hold it in an angle like this, where you got these, like, small, confined corners, it's going to be really difficult to actually flush those people out.
Yeah, already both Reality and True Mortar have those two eliminations already, but Calvin holding the objective, getting the points for his team that they desperately need to come out with a win here. But huge exchange, going to lose the shield, but managed to stay alive with Patriot on SFA, getting that double. Swole with Pool now on a 2-piece as well.
The nice thing is here, Boise State threw the Oddball down before this engagement, so no one's actually, even though they lost a few people there, no one's picked up the Oddball. No one's you don't win by kills here, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah, good trade coming in from Reality with the needler, her battle rifles with the grenades. A lot of trades back and forth between these, but finally Zeke is able to have an actual win and not just constantly trade.
Yep, now we got the ball. It's going to be ticking up here. You got to get it to 100 2 times. So, but this is a solid lead for Boise State already, all the way up to 36%.
Yeah, a lot of eliminations coming through for Boise State, even with the melee coming in from Mordor, as Patriot takes him down. Make that a 2-piece for Patriot, up to the 4 eliminations, tying it up with Reality.
Unfortunately, the Needler not quite enough in that situation. May have been better to use the battle rifle there. Looks like SFA here actually has the oddball now, and I think it's an interesting thing that both teams are opting to hold this little hallway with the oddball. You see a lot of teams hold by the water area near the energy sword, just because you can throw the oddball off and reset it if things start to look bad. Because right here, like, if you lose the oddball in this, it's a really defensible position, but if you lose it here, it's the enemy's very defensible position, so you gotta keep that in mind at all times.
Yeah, it's the battle of the corner for the map at the moment, since the oddball just has yet to leave it, but got in a corner camp with the energy sword. Been working out for him because he's now on a 2-piece with that thing.
Yeah, Calvin getting the energy sword. We see Calvin likes a lot of these like really aggressive close quarter weapons. Like you always see him gain the bulldog or the energy sword or the mangler and just being a force to be reckoned with at close range.
I mean, yeah, when you have someone bearing down on you with the energy sword, just full sprint, it's a little bit of a panic. It's the same thing in Siege. When you have a blitz running at you with a shield that can flashbang you, you just panic and start spraying for your life.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, if you remain calm, like you might actually be able to pull through, but it's when you panic and like aren't quite as accurate with those shots is where things fall apart.
Yeah, but Mortar going to get a 2-piece. He's right as he ends up losing his life as well, up to those 8 eliminations, whereas no one on SFA has yet to pass 4 eliminations. And King Weebster just trying to get back up to 4. He's still down at 3, but
Zeke managed to get the trade there. That's always a good thing. The issue is no one's picked up the oddball at this point. They're all fighting around the map, just trying to get a little bit of control.
It's because we didn't have Docs. He's objective is greater than kills. That's only in Overwatch.
Yeah.
So here in Halo, it's all about the TDM.
We don't put those there, and this is what happens.
I mean, it is 86 to 28 now, as SFA does end up dropping the oddball. So no one is getting the points for it. They finally end up picking it back up, but only get it for 2 points and then drop it immediately. Boise State's getting the eliminations, just have yet to pick up the oddball. And of course, as soon as I said that, they pick it up.
Yeah, it's one of those things you gotta have a fine balance between like eliminating the enemy team so your team can rotate in and leaving the oddball on the ground. You can't, or holding the oddball, because when you have that, it's gonna be a 3v4 at best. So,
I mean, you can always just rush and try to hit him with it.
True. It has the fastest melee in the game, so
perfect for Calvin.
Yes, exactly. He just needs to become a oddball main.
Yeah. Just bum rush him with the objective and say, you want to try to take this from me? Well, here, I'll give it to you in a murderous way.
Exactly.
State already coming out very early, has one, even going to use the knockback, but not get the elimination from it.
It's very close there. Sadly, I don't know how much damage the repulsor does when you hit a wall with it. It does do a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah, it definitely did not break his shield, but it got low enough, but the whole time he's just shooting you down. Oh, there it goes, just right off the edge.
That was a smart play right there. They took the energy sword with them, so they got it out of the hands
If I can't have this, no one can.
Exactly. The best thing you can do in that situation.
This is also the first time we've seen SFA take a pretty early lead here, as Boise State finally picks up the oddball, but SFA got a nice 22 beginner lead.
Yeah, that's always solid to have at the beginning of the round. Gives you a nice little safety net. You can let the enemy get the oddball for a little bit of time now that you've had this lead, as you can just kind of regroup and reorganize. Got a Battle of the battle rifles here with Calvin.
And once again, Boise State gets their hands on the ball for a little bit, but
Reality with a triple.
Dang! As soon as he got his hands on that rifle, just running away with it as it's back to this corner of the map. People really like holding this, but now Reality's on an overkill.
Oh, wow.
See how much higher up? I mean, he's at 7 right now. He's looking for the 8th.
Yeah, both Mortar and Reality here just are monsters with the shock rifle and the sniper rifle. Anytime you see it in their hands, it's just going to be, you know there's going to be carnage to follow.
Yeah, well, Reality gets the 8th as King Weebster takes down Zeke. So SFA is still trying to get their hands on that off-ball, but Boise State has built up to 35 now.
We've got Reality with the shock rifle this time. We'll see how much work he can put in with it.
It seems not that much as he's quickly broken and has to just give up that high ground.
Yeah, just wait for those shields to regen.
Perfect timing for a pull to drop down and give him that free elimination. But Reality up to 10 now, trying to get the 11th here.
Oh, and Calvin manages to go and help him out there. The nice flank.
Yeah, and building up those oddball points up to the 40 mark now, and Boise State continue to grow, whereas SFA has yet to even get their hands on it to break the 22 barrier that they started at the beginning of the game and lost it since.
Yep, looks like I don't believe Calvin realized that they were there for a second.
It's definitely the slow confusion of, wait, are you blue or red? Can't tell. Let me shoot you first, but I have to drop the oddball. It was just took a bit too long.
Yeah, and we're moving the oddball around the map slowly. Maybe by the end of this we'll see it
Nice
over by the water. Using the repulsor to get the high ground there very quickly.
Yeah, practically rocket jumping, but it's repulsor jumping. Oh. Saw one for a second. Reality up to 12 now. He's been the first person in each round to break double digits first. So, Boise State getting the eliminations, but
Calvin holding the oddball. Is it going to go over the edge here? Can he deny it to them?
Getting pretty close.
It does not look like it. Almost managed to get away with that, but not quite. Now we're back to this side of the map. I think this is the first time we've seen the oddball over on this side.
Yeah, and so far SFA has been gaining points, closing the gap right now. Boise State got up to the 68, but right now SFA is at 52. Oddball does end up resetting, and immediately Boise State's right on top of it.
That Mortar with the active camo as well, and a Mangle.
Gets one, gets two, and the second was assisted, but we'll count it anyway. Easy triple for Mortar, but that's the power of active camo.
Yeah, it's I always thought it was a little odd that they had the active camo over the overshields for competitive, but I believe the active camo is just so much more powerful. Like, just being able to pull, I mean...
There he goes.
Yeah, you know, that one was a little bit of a...
With
yeah.
melee headshot. Okay.
But the active camo let them get away with all those misses. They were just showing that as an example of what you can get away with.
They heard us on stream. They're like, this is what it's for. It's like, oh, okay. Ooh, but Reality getting taken down from the melee to the back, no less. Still the only one to break double digits, 4 eliminations, but Patriot's catching up. He's at 9. Now with Killer taking down Zeke. Gonna get it. Calvin's coming up 2. Same with Mordor. Calvin's gonna get double, though. Yeah, the nade plates from Boise State has been very well, just simple geometry of bouncing it off walls or bouncing it off the ground to just perfectly land right in front of the enemy.
Yeah, we're at 94 points right now, but SFA has 77, a lot better than their last round.
Yeah, it's been a much closer round this time, but if Boise State takes this one, then it will swap us over to the next map. And of course, now Reality has the energy sword, can't get up to the high ground, just barely missing that jump. As Boise State picks up the oddball, this might be the end of it for SFA on map 1.
Yep, and then with that, looks like that's gonna wrap it.
So Boise State takes map number 1 on recharge. So we'll have to wait and see what SFA picks for map number 2. What are you hoping to see?
Let's see. I'm not sure with this tournament style what the next mode will be, but we'll have to see. I believe we got Slayer, Strongholds, and Capture the Flag left. So I'm hoping that we see some good strongholds. That's going to be my prediction, but I just picking a random one out of there just because I like strongholds.
So if that's the mode, what would you prefer for the map?
Probably live fire. It's just it's
Anything
a nice
but
map.
streets?
Yeah, anything but streets. I don't know if it got banned or what's the case, but just having the nice blue sky is always nice change of pace with a lot of these maps being a little bit darker. So,
well, we are getting ready to jump into map 2. We'll have to wait and see what it is. But before we get to map 2, we're actually going to throw it to a quick break. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back into this Boise State broadcast of College Halo. Boise State taking on Stephen F. Austin here at the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. I'm still your host, Brenner Bear Ladd. Joined with me to call all of the action is Hayden Vigot Herg Dalton. And during that break, we did find out what the map was going to be, and it is live fire, as you predicted, as we can see this fly through. So you were eager to see this map, so walk us through it.
Yeah, it's a really interesting map. There's a lot of like open sight lines. It's almost like 3 lanes, and then 1 lane. There's an upstairs and a downstairs to let you traverse and go into the other lanes. So there's a lot of rotations and lots of long line of sights for this map, especially for Stronghold, where you have like a lot of trying to hold objectives. There's a lot of long range just battle rifle fights, and then a lot of close quarters stuff in the narrow tunnels.
Yeah, and with how many eliminations Boise State was stacking up last round, I expect it to possibly go in their favor with how much they were getting those long-range engagements and winning them. The melees usually were 50-50, as they should be in the melees, so we'll have to wait and see how those plays out as we are getting ready to jump into map number 2 of Live Fire with Boise State taking on SFA or Stephen F. Austin. Still always going to just be a mouthful to say.
Yeah.
So
man.
for Live Fire, walk us through some of the power-ups on the map and what you were hoping to see, because we mentioned in the prior map how competitive chooses to favor active camo over the overshield.
Yeah, the competitive mode, I believe it's always the active camo. I don't know any map that's not. There's not on this side, but it'll be the opposite side of this is the active camo. It's just sitting on this like big pillar, like with a big open field for each team. So it's a little dangerous to get to, but it's such a good power up that like teams often contest it. You got in the middle, there'll be a sniper rifle spawn, and we've seen Reality and Mortar with the shock rifle. So imagine them with the sniper rifle. That's going to be very, very key to get that early. It could swing a lot of fights. And then right underneath that, you have the Heat Wave, which is the shotgun, which can be really good for just taking a lot of these closer engagements on the sites. So we'll have to see which one Boise State favors. I have a feeling we'll see a lot of early pushes for the sniper rifle, but that's just my prediction.
Especially after how much we saw that shockwave and you talking about how this is a long-range engagement map. I totally expect that to be the fight for the sniper, and then immediately rotating over to the active camo to just get that wombo combo on the team. So we'll have to wait and see how Boise State's going to take on Stephen F. Austin State University.
There it is. Right
already. For the first eliminations already in hand.
See the drop the weapon tech, so you can switch to your battle rifle just a bit faster.
Oh, Heat Wave as well, going down quickly. Boise State gets the guns, but not the eliminations yet.
Yeah, actually, you lose both those right off the bat. They got a little bit of use out of them, but not very much.
Yeah, and this time SFA actually pulling away with the eliminations, something we have not seen. I mean, they did pick the map, so this might just be their favorite map here.
Yeah, this was a strong start on SFA's part. We'll have to see if Boise State can kind of like refocus and start getting some momentum on their side.
Yeah, because right now it is 3-7 right now in the elimination side of it. So
it actually is the overshields. Maybe this map. I'm not sure what determines it.
It could be the mode related.
Yeah, we're on Slayer, so overshields wouldn't be bad. It's almost like having a whole second set of shields with you, which in a lot of situations, that's going to just guarantee you win a fight against someone, because they'd have to essentially kill you twice when you only have to bring down their shields and get the one tap.
And as you mentioned, it's the huge fight down this lane where the sniper does spawn, but last we saw, SFA was still holding on to it unless they ran out of ammo and just ended up dropping it.
Yeah, it only has 8 bullets in competitive, so it's not a whole lot that you can work with, but each round is very deadly, so it's a good trade-off between how many you get.
And right now, SFA also has been really holding this main tower site as Calvin comes in and gets a 2-piece finally swinging in the favor in Boise State. But Boise State's been the aggressors, and since SFA has just been defending nonstop, they've been running away with the eliminations.
Good trade there, but it looks like they'll get traded out again. We got Zeke over here.
A little bit more back and forth than just the one-sided fights that SFA's been getting.
Yeah, they've currently got a 7-kill lead right now, which it's first to 50, so there's still plenty of time for Boise State to turn things around.
Ooh, barely. Ooh, he gets a 2-piece from that as well.
I wonder if that nade was intentional. It hit the lip of that ramp and just bounced perfectly into their face.
Yes, was totally intentional.
100%.
Ooh, tries to get the grenade bounce, but he's full sprinting away from that. I don't think he even knew he was behind him.
Yeah, it looks like we have Boise State has the high ground here. That corner is always very dangerous to be in. I swear, anytime you're there, there's just a million grenades that bounce around it.
Yeah, another trade coming in for Reality as he goes down, but Sniper spawns, he gets it and immediately tries to run, and the Heat Wave comes in. Now He did end up dropping the heat wave, but perfect time. Got
Wow.
the animation for picking up the gun so he couldn't fire. Well timed.
And I believe that was a no-scope headshot on the part of SFA there.
Hip fire, total spray and pray, all the skill in the world. But another trade coming out for Boise State as reality. He gets taken down, but Calvin is there with the refrag. So, well, it's just a continued distance of about 4 to 5 kills right now. Now 6.
Oh man, this has just been so much is going on so quickly. Like, it seems like anytime the camera cuts over, there's always something big going on.
I mean, that's the perk of Slayer. It's always about the eliminations, because when the objective is eliminations, it seems that Boise State should pull away after last map, and they have closed the distance very quickly, now only a distance of 2.
Oh, Mortar getting the overshields here. See what he can make with that.
There's 1. Can he make it 2? He's going to turn around because he's barely... Overshield just now expiring.
Yeah, it absorbed that whole melee hit and then some, so he definitely got his use out of it. Zeke with the clean.
Now
2K.
even. Boise State, first time they've been even since the beginning of the match, because SFA has just been running away with it, but Boise State got their groove going and continuing to keep it even.
They've been putting in the work here. Definitely closed the gap when I think it was an 8-kill differential at one point, and now they're tied. So Boise State is out for blood here.
Yeah, they have a lot of those weapon advantages. It does get spotted, and he gets the elimination. Just looked at the right angle at the right time, and Motor up to, once again, breaks. Boise State has been consistently the first team to break double digits for eliminations, even though they were behind for the longest time. This is the first time we've seen them take the lead.
Yeah, it looks like they're at the corner and the towers. These are some very strong angles on the part of SFA. But it looks like, no, they're actually pulling away with the kills in this trade. But everything's going on so quickly, it's hard to make like these split-second calls.
Yeah, SFA is definitely favoring playing at the tower. It's where they've been most comfortable at, but still the fight for the sniper spot.
Calvin picking up the repulsor to see if he is he going to be able to ledge anyone around there.
Heard the footsteps behind him and got the melee as well.
Overshield's coming up in 5. Calvin's ready for it. As soon as that thing's up, he is taking it. And he gets a kill just sitting there waiting for the power up.
Has Overshield. Mortar's up to 14 eliminations. And just now, Pool is able to break double digits and get up to 10. But reality, Motor just double teaming right now. Just 3 members of Boise State. Finally, Calvin ends up falling as Patriot gets a double.
Yeah, it's very nice on Patriots and managed to pick up some kills to kind of like even the score back up, which is something you always want to see with these competitive teams, like always being there to trade their teammates out.
Huge damage going on to Zeke. We'll have to retreat, but a nice headshot coming in from Calvin.
The flick, the clean one tap.
Oh, can he get it again? Said he's just going to get flanked. Gets the hip fire, but couldn't finish it off.
Yeah, luckily Reality was there to go and make sure that was a kill secure.
Yeah, Boise State playing very close together, usually trying to keep it in 2s, sometimes even staying in groups of 3, as odd as it is for a 4v4 mode, but
wow, 1 more kill will do it, and there we are.
Boise State, very rough start, but brings it back.
Yeah, they ended up with 11 kills ahead at that point when they were 8 down earlier, so that's quite the shift in momentum that game.
Yeah, and that does actually even bring us to match point for Boise State, as this is a best of 5. So heading into map 3, with Boise State still at the mercy of SFA choosing final map, what are you hoping to see, knowing what Boise State has most practiced and hopefully not streets?
Oh, I mean, my guess is if we haven't seen streets yet, it's probably was banned. So going off of that, like, I think the only other map is Aquarius. There's only like 5 maps, so
if 2 are banned,
2 bans. No, it's only 3 because 2 get banned. So there's very limited maps right now. So we'll have to see. I would like to see some strongholds, I think, but I think that would take us to live fire again. So I don't know how that's going to work. So we'll just have to wait and see what SFA decides.
Yeah, so as we wait to see what the final map might be, if Boise can come out with the win, or will SFA bring it back? Heck, we'll have to wait and see, so make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Hello and welcome back into the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We are here continuing our coverage of Collegiate Halo with Boise State taking on Stephen F. Austin. We are heading into map number 3, which we did find out is going to be Aquarius, and this could be match point for Boise State as this is a best of 5. I am still your host, Brenner Braylad, and joined with me to call all of the action is Hayden Vadgar Dalton. So with third map being Aquarius, walk us through what that might be, because last map surprised us having the overshield, so what are we expecting here on Aquarius?
Yeah, I believe Aquarius, unless I'm mistaken again, because I was mistaken last time, it should be active camo right in the center of the map. There's this like 2-story building or platform right smack in the middle. Both teams can see it from their spawns. Like, it's very highly contested. It's hard to get in and out with it, but if a team can, it's really good on this map. I think just because of the color palette, like all the white walls and stuff like that, it's really hard to see people with that active camo. if it already was hard enough already, but even more so here. And then the dynamo grenades, which are the little shock grenades. They're on one of the corners of the map. Very highly contested. You don't think about them as being like really powerful. You're just like, oh, more grenades. But those things can just turn entire fights because they just sap shields so quickly. And they're basically a power weapon in disguise as a grenade.
Yeah, so as we get ready to jump to this map, these teams are going to need all help that we can give them. So we're going to give it to them through Doc's keys to the game. And in Halo, of course, this is going to be Sweaty Columns, which is Doc's signature, as well as team targeting, rotate to power items, and of course you want to control that high ground to get that height advantage, because it is better to shoot down than to shoot up. And these are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, who is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, make sure to sign up at dropingaming.com. Well, we are ready to jump into our third and possibly final match of this matchup with Boise State taking on SFA, or Stephen F. Austin. So you walked us a bit through of Aquarius. Walk us through the mode and what Boise State is looking to achieve here.
Yeah, I believe the only mode this could be would be capture the flag, because you can't have strongholds on Aquarius. So we're looking at right where this camera is where the flag is, and then on the opposite side of there is where the other flag is. And so they're on this little high ground platform. Each team, it's really hard to just get in there and take the flag. You have to go and wipe the enemy team, get like a good advantage or advanced position, and then wipe them again, and then you can get the flag. And that's where a lot of teams are a lot more successful in capture a flag. There's a lot of teams that just kind of like run in and just try and take the flag, and that's a pretty bad strategy. And in fact, that can easily lose you your own flag just because of how long the respawns are on this mode. And then, like, having the flags on those big platforms, a lot of teams started throwing the flags down right away and then just fighting, because then they don't have to run up there again. But I think people have kind of realized that's maybe not the best strategy anymore, and they've been taking these side hallways. So we'll have to see which strategy Boise State opts for in this situation.
Yeah, well, this is the third and possibly final match, as it is match point for Boise State taking on Stephen F. Austin State University. We're getting ready to jump into capture the flag, and with Boise State winning the past 2 rounds and getting most eliminations, they are looking good for this mode, as Calvin actually joins this match 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times to Calvin here.
Definitely something to worry about if you are SFA, but a lot of grenades being thrown and already active camo picked up.
Wow. I don't know how Mortar got up there that quick, but definitely.
All out bum rush, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like SFA prioritized those dynamo grenades, which is also another good choice, but unfortunately they just weren't able to get much value out of them.
Yeah, so far it's been a 2-for-1 trick, and Boise State already moving SFA's flag very quickly, but not getting those eliminations quick enough. Zeke gets shot down trying to move it.
Mortar with the really good flank there at the active camo, just kind of disrupting them, not letting them focus on the flag, but unfortunately goes down himself.
Can't run away in time, gets shot in the back. Good coverage from Boise State, watching as they climb up, trying to get a good position, runs up to grab the flag, perfectly runs into a member, but has the double team that Eric could pick up the flag, as does have cover fire, finally gets it once again, and it's going to be Reality throwing the flag as he runs, just for that little bit of move speed buff.
Yep, flag drop, flag taken, flag drop. It's a classic that anyone who's played Halo for any amount of time knows the sound of the announcer saying that. And just like that.
Very early on, too. Because there's still 10:30 left in this, and already Boise State has scored a flag capture and are up to 4 eliminations, whereas on the side of SFA, they only have the 5.
Yeah, getting that first flag is huge, because no matter what, unless SFA gets a flag cap here, like, they're the ones who have to go and press the assault. They have to get another one just to tie it up. So all the pressure is on SFA here to go and not only defend their flag, but they need a point just so they
can tie it up and go into overtime if we make it that long.
Yeah, exactly.
Boise State already having the flag in, ends up getting the pistol as well, but with no overshield, that will lead to his elimination, but had the teammates there for the refrag.
Yeah, let's see. Mortar here, using the thrusters forward, throws their aim off just enough that they can get the elimination.
Of course, as soon as he goes to pick it up, does get hit meleeed in the back, which is that instant elimination.
Calvin almost saved the flag, but expired just in time and got reset.
Reality already up to 8 eliminations, which is double of the highest that Pool has for SFA. So far it's been a pretty dominating performance for BSU here.
Oh. Yeah, those doorways, I swear, every time I try and throw grenades, that's what happens to them.
Yeah, same issue in so many of these games of just door frames just barely like a centimeter too high, just deny the grenade bounces. Now Patriots coming in with the 2-piece.
Yeah, Calvin trading right there. We got Mortar with the heat wave.
Heat wave, I knew that.
And the dynamos. This could be very deadly for anyone who gets caught in a dynamo with the heat wave. You're basically just a sitting duck because of how slow you are.
Ooh, nice grenade setup, gets one. There's the second. Flag's open.
Just like that. Gonna go run off, go and
lost that shield,
himself.
yeah. But has the teammate to pick up the flag, so now it's 2-man flag runners. They should be pretty well covered. Barely missing out on the guy below him, but still gets the elimination as Reality, first one to break double digits, is up to 11.
Unfortunately, Calvin couldn't get the flag completely out of there, but put it in a good position for anyone who decides to try and pick it up later.
Ooh, halfway to return, does get picked up again.
Reality perfect there.
Yeah, Reality's almost practically got a triple there, now up to 13. Reality running away with this.
Yeah, Reality's just been laying down the fire, so when anyone's trying to capture the flag, like, they gotta contest with Reality before they can even deal with the flag carrier.
Boise State already up 2 so far. Heard did end up losing Zeke in that engagement, but they just have to play very defensively, yet here Reality is just in their spawn saying, this is our flag. Will finally end up falling, but
missed the heat wave shot, unfortunate.
Yeah, but Boise State has a very commanding 2-0 lead here. 7 minutes remaining, so still plenty of time for SFA to try to come back and get at least 1 or 2 captures to try to even things out. But if we're going based off of the eliminations here, they have yet to really take down Reality enough to try to even get the flag out of the spawn.
Yeah, only 4 deaths on Reality's part here. Just a fourth.
Just now the 4th one, yeah.
Yeah. Anytime they're on the field, they need to be a high priority target for SFA here. If they can bring them down, then they have a little bit more wiggle room to try and take the flag.
Yeah, Poole doing work for his team up to those 8 eliminations, quickly followed by Patriot with 7. But Boise State just now finally loses their flag and is very close to being captured. Is right behind the flag, so now it's just all out aggression for Boise State. Able to pick up 1, make that 2.
They weren't able to. Oh, they
There's 3, and that's a wipe.
Even getting that point though, like they're still down 1, so it closes that gap just a bit, but it's still an uphill battle on SFA's part.
Yeah, Boise State was able to get that team wipe onto SFA, but they managed to capture the flag. So now with Boise State having their flag, they should probably be able to get it captured here. Buying a little bit of time. Dussy's right there.
Oh. They almost managed to turn it there, but didn't do quite enough damage before that melee.
Nice wombo combo from Reality. Double grenades to break the shield, then gets the melee as he falls down, but flag does end up getting, doesn't get returned. I thought they returned that.
We got to return, or BSU has to return theirs first before they can.
All 1 foot that it was away from its own spawn.
Yeah.
But they
Much
captured
too
it.
far.
If Boise State gets two more captures, they just outright win, and SFA doesn't get the timeout.
Yeah, three caps at the moment, so that being able to get the 5 caps is starting to become more and more achievable.
Yeah, with Boise State, Reality up to 21 eliminations. Just like to touch on that, whereas a single member as FSA has not broken double digits. A little bit worrisome.
Yeah, SFA has been doing a good job at getting these good engagements, but not quite enough to contend with Reality at the moment.
They get good engagements, they just aren't winning the engagements.
Yeah, which just comes down to the individual players. It's like a lot of them are close, and it's just not quite able to pull it out. They've been doing a good job at prioritizing the power-ups as well, but it's just
You have
They're
to
only-
use the power-ups to get the eliminations in
Yeah.
order to utilize them. And it's great if you pick them up, but you have to use them.
I think one thing that BSU's been doing so well is they just have such a good tempo. Right now, they've been able to like rotate, get the kills, and get the power weapons, and then move toward the flag. Like, just like a well-oiled machine right now, where they're able to.
Yeah, they also play pretty close together, so if one does end up falling, there's immediately a second member right behind.
Yeah, just
perfect
like
example.
that.
Yeah, like goes in for the melee, has a team shooting him as well. Just
One,
they have
two
good
combo.
crossfire. There
Yeah.
you go.
And the thing is, they're not like right next to each other too, but they still are around each other. Oh, unfortunately, weren't able to pick it up. Like, wait, I left something.
We're praising you. Come on, just run. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Huge damage. Still has the shield, the whole, like, the
active camo.
invis. Nice.
Yeah, forgetting the flag there. It's like, you're like wallet, keys, phone, wait, flag.
Yeah, no longer have to add mask to that list here in Idaho, which is a welcome change. But now, also SFA has the Boise State flag, so they can't even capture it.
Bringing out the Pulse Carbine here.
Oh, Boise State did end up capturing it as well, but now SFA picked up the Boise State flag and captures it, so now it is 4-2, still maintaining the 2 lead as Motor gets a 2-piece. Now both Reality and Motor are above the 20 kill cap, and finally SFA has broken the double digits.
Calvin almost got himself with his own dynamo there.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, like a 1-for-1 trade in point and flags there is always going to be worthwhile when you're in the league. So.
For sure, and Boise State trying to just end this game outright with 3 minutes remaining. They definitely can just play defensive here, get those eliminations, and win the game, or they can go for the capture and just end it that much faster and not even give Stephen F. Austin the opportunity to try to come back and even go into overtime. But they'd have to have some god plays in order to do that because they're 2 flags behind with only 2 minutes remaining. Yeah, it's not looking too good.
As well as situations where you got to play a little riskier because the pressure is just building as the clock ticks down, which, you know, it can pay off,
Nice
but
shot.
at the same time, it leaves you more vulnerable to little mistakes.
Yeah, and right now pushing up with the heat wave, trying to get that flag capture. 2 back in the spawn, down 1 right now, but now it's even 3-3. He quickly loses Patriot. Reality just chilling in the mid, trying to get any sort of sideline. Even gets the headshot in the backline, so that's the flag. This could be it. So now the pressure's on the remaining 2 members of SFA to at least deny it, but they have to get past Reality first. And
Picking up the dynamo grenades on the walk back. Is Calvin just going to...
little friendly fire there. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's
Friendly
mailing him to give
melee.
him a boost.
Just a little bit of encouragement.
And, ooh, perfect timing. Picks up Boise State flag, so they can't cap it. Boise State just needs to return it. Reality's not even going to do that.
YOLO, just toss it away and play there. And it seems to be paying off because I believe they were able to reset their own flag, keep it out of Boise State's hands.
Yeah, so good plays coming out from SFA right now. Keep the game alive, but with a minute remaining and Reality up to 30 eliminations, things aren't looking so good for the Stevens.
Wow. Yeah, and then you got Mortar and Zeke right behind them. And then Calvin getting a lot of the assists and the objectives, which, you know, there's always got to be someone in charge of it.
Yeah, if he's the flag carrier, he's not the one getting the eliminations. Good melee from Zeke, just barely able to get it, but ends up getting traded out.
And a lot of these elims, like, so many people get focused on trying to stop the flag carrier, they don't pay attention to anyone around them, and it's just free picking sometimes.
Which is, I think, pretty good evidence for Calvin's KD at the moment of he's running with the flag, can't really defend himself, and relying on the teammates, but...
Yeah, and unlike the oddball, the flag is not very fast at melee attacking, so not a very useful weapon in a pinch.
Not able to re-get the flag, so the flag is returned for SFA, but with 10 seconds remaining, it should be a Boise State victory, which means they will win the map and the match, seeing as this is best of 5 and this is map 3. Boise State won the first 2. Will this be the end? And Boise State takes it.
33 eliminations in the end with Reality. Oh, nice little...
Hello, my time in the sun. I'm on camera. But Boise State takes it again, and Stephen F. Austin. Hayden, your final thoughts?
That was a very well done game on BSU's side. I think SFA had a really good job, especially in the early parts. They managed to get the dynamo grenades, get a really well done push, but it just kind of slowly, it wasn't just a very one-sided one. It was just little mistakes here and there that kept giving Boise State an advantage, and they were able to just keep that momentum going. But it was a very back and forth game. Like I talked about at the beginning, I like to see these a little bit closer games, and I think we got that here.
Yeah, Slayer was super close. SFA took a very strong early lead on that Slayer map. Oddball had a rough start for Boise, but then they brought it back and pretty much clean sweeped in that best of 3 that was Oddball, and then heading over to Slayer. It was neck and neck, and now here in Capture the Flag, it was a pretty dominating performance for Boise State, I would say. So then I would have to ask, for player of the game, it's hard not to say Reality, especially after getting 33 eliminations in Capture the Flag alone.
I mean, yeah, it's always nice to have a couple different ones for some mystery, but I got to give it to Reality as well. Just that was an outstanding performance.
Yeah, so we have to wait and see who the ICCU player of the game is for this matchup, as well as just all-around good performance for Boise State. Definitely strong showing against SFA. They have a ton of room to improve, and whereas Boise State played phenomenally for sure. Yeah. Definitely just a rough start on Slayer, but hopefully we can see that improve. So
yeah, and no streets. This was Boise State without streets.
A welcome change. I wonder who banned it, though. If you had to guess between the two teams, who banned?
I want to guess SFA, but I'm not sure. Maybe Boise State did it to challenge themselves. Who knows? But they showed that they don't need streets to win. So,
all right. Well, we'll have to wait and see who ICCU player of the game, and it is going to be Mortar this time. Did have a lot of good early on plays from these oddball matches. So we take a quick look back. Active camo, of course.
Yeah, Mortar played fantastic as well. I believe they were the second most kills, and I'm trying to remember, were they the one who got the overkill with the shock rifle?
Maybe we'll see it.
Yeah, just the whole BSU roster just played amazing, and Calvin
is an A team.
Yes.
But that's going to go ahead and be Mortar for our ICCU player of the game, which is brought to us by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Mortar is going to be the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. Well, we are going to go ahead and wrap up this broadcast of College Halo. Boise State coming out with a victory, and leave you with our top 5 plays of the game brought to us by the Idaho Army National Guard, which invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs, offering a $20,000 sign-on bonus. Idaho Army National Guard is the best team to join out there, and make sure to reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Have a good night. Even give Stephen F. Austin the opportunity to try to come back and even go into overtime, but they'd have to have some god plays in order to do that, because they're 2 flags behind with only 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah,
it's not looking too good.
It's one of those situations where you got to play a little riskier because the pressure is just building as the clock ticks.
Fights that SFA's been getting.
Yeah, they've currently got a 7-kill lead right now, which it's first to 50, so there's still plenty of time for Boise State to turn things around.
Ooh, barely. Ooh, he gets a 2-piece from that as well. Ooh, but Reality getting taken down from the melee to the back, no less. Still the only one to break double digits, 4 eliminations, but Patriot's catching up. He's at 9. Now with Killer taking down Zeke. Gonna get it. Calvin's coming up 2. With Mortar. Calvin's gonna get double though. But still gets the elimination, as Reality, first one to break double digits, is up to 11.
Unfortunately, Calvin couldn't get the flag completely out of there, but put it in a good position for anyone who decides to try and pick it up later.
Ooh, halfway to return, does get picked up again. Gaining points, closing the gap right now. Boise State got up to the 68, but right now SFA is at 52. Oddball does end up resetting. Immediately, Boise State's right on top of it.
Mortar with the active camo as well, and a mangle.
Gets 1, gets 2, and the second was assisted, but we'll count it anyway.